Ready, set, and crack!
We are back with another thrilling movie recap. Before starting, I would like to request you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon to get notified. So let's get started. First, a man detects through his abilities while maintaining control of the locker with his hand. Within 30 seconds, he unlocks that locker. What was its secret? The flashback is now displayed. A man named Sebastian arrives on the scene and starts filming with his laptop. He states there that he will share a factual story with everyone today. There was a man who produced the lockers, but his entire family passed away. He then created 4 of these lockers. They were regarded as the world's toughest lockers, considering that nobody was able to open the lockers, having lost his family. That man was quite sad. He does this by closing a locker, and several folks had difficulty opening that locker, but nobody was successful. So in the same locker, that man too passed away. In the end, that locker was submerged in the water while being used as the deceased man's coffin, but there were still those 3 lockers. What happened to those lockers? Who was its owner? Nobody is aware of it. Having finished telling this tale, Sebastian ends his video. Following that, he uploads it to YouTube. The Sebastian video received neither views nor likes. He had grown angry as a result of this. Following this, Sebastian relocates to the bank where he formerly worked. Then a woman starts screaming at him, "I come here every day, yet my task is still unfinished, but it ought to be finished today." Then Sebastian learns through the news that the zombie infection is spreading throughout the entire city, which had spread among many people. Now to Sebastian, the girl was beginning to resemble a zombie. Sebastian checks his YouTube channel one more time while in the bank. In addition, there was 1 view and 1 comment. If you want to showcase your talent, go to the listed address. It was commented. When you get there, say the password. Sebastian is overjoyed to see it. When he gets there, he gives the guard the password. When the guard realizes the password, he leads him inside. There was a competition going on. Whoever opens the locker first will be declared the winner. It implies that he'll triumph. Additionally, 2 contestants will be permitted to compete in the final and in the semifinals. Sebastian finishes in 2nd place. Betting on the players was also done by the audience. This is followed immediately by the conclusion, in which case it took 3 minutes to open the hard locker. With the start of time, another participant starts to unlock the locker. However, Sebastian was immobile. It indicates that he did not open the locker. He was more interested in watching his surroundings. When 30 seconds remain, he first senses the locker by keeping his hand on it. He then succeeds in unlocking the locker in a short amount of time. Everyone who witnesses it is stunned, but his rival has become enraged. Guard captures him as he approaches Sebastian, then gets him out. Then he sees Gwendoline, a girl. When he spots her, Sebastian, he then develops an affection for her. Gwendoline is actually a thief. Karina is now informing everyone about those 3 lockers. The first and simplest to open a locker is in Paris, because the level of security is lax. In Prague, there is a 2nd locker that is more challenging to open. The 3rd and most difficult to open locker is in Switzerland. There are also at least $100 million. Then Karina continues by describing the man who owned 3 lockers. After getting ready, they travel to Paris. When they are finished, that strong man enters. He diverts attention from the others. When given the opportunity, Sebastian and Gwendoline emerge. They exit the building, get into the van, and drive away. They are additionally thrilled. The theft of them is discovered by the officer because the CCTV cameras captured Gwendoline with that strong dude. The senior officer then admits to the other cops that they had also committed theft earlier than 5 years. They escaped just as I was about to grab them before the age of 5. I believe that their gang has 1 more member, and I believe they will flee once this is over, so they steal other people's money. However, I won't abandon them. Following their theft of the first locker, they are having fun. Sebastian then enters Gwendoline's room. She is mentioned in Gwendoline as saying that her parents were extremely aristocratic, but I wasn't the focus of their attention at all. Another senior cop was watching the bank from the opposite side. He can then apprehend them as they approach to steal. On the opposing side, Gwendoline explains Sebastian and supports him. Sebastian then approaches a locked door. He is instructed by Karina to imitate turning a key with his finger. To avoid suspicion, they may. Then, while hacking, Karina opens that door. After that, Gwendoline and Sebastian meet. Then, both of them start to approach the locker through the elevator. Guards assault them them as they appear at the same time. However, Gwendoline uses her mic to render the guard unconscious. When Sebastian observes the audacity of Gwendoline, he is extremely shocked. Guards can also learn via CCTV cameras that a door's lock has been hacked and then opened. They then shut all of the doors. Thus, Karina requests that the strong guy follow the second strategy. The muscular man then disguises himself and joins the band, and he points a gun at everyone and commands them to step aside as he threatens to fill the bag with all money. He diverts everyone as a result. On the other hand, the officer doesn't notice any issues everywhere. Fortunately, he successfully opens 3 of the locks separately. Finally, they're all thrilled to be there to see it. On the other hand, Karina informed her muscular partner that their mission has been successful. Come right now. Guards show up to arrest Muscular at that point, and as he flees, he is shot in the shoulder by a gun. He then immediately approaches the van and jumps out the window. When that muscular man emerges from the bank, the customers start to leave as well. Sebastian and Gwendoline also emerge from the bank when given the chance. They start to dash for the van. Sebastian then loads his stuff into the van. In the beginning, that muscle forces Gwendoline to sit in the vehicle. As soon as he starts forcing Sebastian to do the same, he thinks he will take Gwendoline if he stays with us. He then violently throws him outside the van. Everyone who sees it is stunned, but at that moment, that van had also departed from there. Unluckily, the police began to pursue Sebastian. He then starts to flee while taking a bicycle with him. Following that, the officer also goes to the bank, where he learns that the locker was also burglarized. Additionally, there is no proof on the CCTV. It's vacant. That officer loses his cool when he hears it. So after contacting his assistant, he announces that they have hired this female to open the locker. He is a regular man though, and has no criminal history. Once they've finished their work, they throw him out of the van. He was probably most afraid right now, and we might catch him right now. We might also find more. We can learn more about their mastermind's intentions in this method. On the other hand, they head to Switzerland for the third locker, where the policeman is positioned in the gaming establishment. As the third locker in this gambling establishment, an officer receives the signal from Karina at the same time, who says we'll enter the gambling den at 5 o'clock. When the clock strikes 5, the officer therefore waits. She also hits the guards, rendering them both useless. After that, she and Sebastian arrived at that gambling establishment while dressed as guards, since at the time she was close to that gambling club. In order to stop him, Karina is approaching her friend. However, his 2 muscular buddies flee from the area at that point. Unfortunately, Karina is caught by that cop. However, she informs Gwendoline at that very moment that a muscular man and our partner are also pursuing you. Immediately after sending the message, Karina smashes her phone. While pressuring him, that officer says, "Tell me, where are the rest of your company?" Then, halting her, his aide says to Karina, "We pledge in exchange that we would always look after your brother." Actually, Karina cares deeply about her brother after opening all the locks. He is able to open the lock. They are so enthused about it that they cannot find a solution for it. Since they were able to successfully unlock the 3 lockers, they then stop the car at a point and start stuffing the bag with cash. The driver and that bulky man then arrive to claim their part. The bulky man points a gun at them and demands money from them. However, Gwendoline flatly rejects it. He then shoots Sebastian with his gun, but his gun was empty of all ammunition. Gwendoline then addresses him while pointing a rifle in his direction. "I didn't put ammunition in your gun since I already didn't trust you." When Sebastian sees it, he starts to recall all the times he spent with Gwendoline. After that, the scene changes and a Californian scene is seen, where Sebastian had opened the Gwendoline sales store. 2 people arrive to greet Sebastian in the interim. They also offer a locker map. They inquire of Sebastian, "Are you able to open this locker?" Upon seeing them, Sebastian exclaims joyfully, "Yes, I can open it." With this enigmatic conclusion, the film ends on this scene. Thanks for watching.